Hello everybody, welcome to the Grant Hakim channel. This is Grant Reacts, back at it again, not with the white vans, but with the Ricky Gervais show. This is season 1, episode 4, Dolphins. Keep the intro nice and short. Thank you so much for all the support in the previous episodes. If you're just tuning in now, highly recommend you check out those other episodes, especially the Knob at Night one. That is my favorite one so far. We'll see if this one can top it. But again, thank you so much for all the likes, the comments, all the subscribers. Just thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It means so much to me. Before we get started into the video, we'll do the spiel and get it going. If you are new, feel free to subscribe. Bottom right hand corner, smash the like button, the thumbs up button if you're enjoying yourself. Follow me on my socials, @GrantHakim's the Twitter, @Grant_Hakim's the Instagram, and Tickety Talk. If you want to get merch, join a Discord, I make a donation. All links are going to be in the video description. Season 1, episode 4. This is called Dolphins. So excited for this one. Dolphins reminds me of An Idiot Abroad, where I think it was season 2 of An Idiot Abroad, where Carl had to pick activities based on this list. It was like things to do before you die, like a bucket list thing. And one of the activities Carl picked was swim with dolphins. And of course, in typical Ricky and Steve fashion, they switched it up on him and he had to swim with sharks. So I'm very curious to see what this episode is going to be. Without further ado, let's get it rolling, everybody. And I hope everyone's doing well at home. Sending love to you, of course. If you're having, a tough time, hopefully Ricky, Steve, Carl, myself can put a smile on your face. Forget about all the stuff going on, and we can enjoy the next 20, 30 minutes or so and laugh with Carl. Here we go.
For the past few years, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant, and Carl Pilkington have been meeting regularly for a series of pointless conversations. This is one of them.
Testing. Is that all right?
This is like the best intro ever to a show.
Hello and welcome to the Ricky Gervais show with me, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant. Hello. And the little round-headed buffoon that is Carl Pilkington.
All right.
I got a text from Carl yesterday, Steve.
A text from Carl, yeah.
Yeah. I'll just read it to you. Okay, see you to Moz for a face rub at 6:30 then. No bum tubes though. So I was intrigued and I called Carl and said, I think you've just sent me a text by mistake. What's the explanation of that?
Yeah, what's a bum tube? Is that like is that colonoscopy in England, a bum tube?
And I called Carl and said, I think you've just sent me a text by mistake. What's the explanation of that?
My mate, right, Russell, he said, there's things that go on in life that you need to experience.
Yeah.
He said, just pop along. And I didn't say yes straight away.
What's a face rub? You mean a facial? Where you lay down...
You just clean your face with a flannel and that.
So you're going to go lie down with another man and have your face
Well,
fiddled
no,
with?
this is what I was saying to him. There's a couple of questions. I didn't just say yes straight away. I questioned it. I said, well, I'm not that happy with this. So I said, look, there's nothing weird going on here, is there? I said, it's not a house, is it? It's a proper clinic and that. He said, yeah, it's proper. You wear a dressing gown and that. I said, well, I'm not that
So
happy
he's
with
already
that.
got you in the dressing gown?
Yeah, well, I haven't agreed to that. Today I've worn a little round polar neck sort of jumper so I don't have to take it off. It's not going to get in the way of my face. I made sure I didn't wear a shirt with a collar. I'm not taking this off. They can put the dressing gown on top of this.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a woman who rubs my head. Don't know if it's a bloke or whatever.
Well, the thing is, you get extra, don't you, for your face rub, because your face goes all the way back over the top of your head down to the back of your neck.
But all I was,
So you've got a big face, haven't you?
all I was saying to him is, I'll have the face rub, but I don't know if once you're in there,
Right.
they try and sell you the old, the bum tube thing. What's a the
bum tube?
Is
that
a
euphemism? What are you talking about?
The thing where they pop a tube in and put coffee in your belly and it cleans you out and that.
An enema? Why would you have that?
I don't want it. I don't think
Why
you
not?
need to. Just because I think I've said to you before about, you don't need to be that clean inside. You know what I mean? I don't mind washing my face. But what occasion do you need where you're that cleaned out? Do you know what I mean? And it's always a clear tube and that, and you see all the stuff whizzing past. I don't understand why it's clear. I don't know why you've got to see what's coming out of you. Like it's, like the generation game, making notes of what's whizzing past. Forget it.
I've never heard of that in my entire life. An enema? Someone in the comments section let me know what that process is without being too graphic. I've never heard of that in my entire life. You shove a tube in, and they put a liquid in your stomach to clean it out, and then they suck out the unwanted stuff. Never heard of that. So that's a bum tube, apparently.
I was watching some different TV, saw an amazing documentary. It was called Tribes. This guy, and he goes and lives with different tribes around the world, these small little indigenous people. And there was one, he went to Papua New Guinea in Indonesia, right, Carl? He lived with the Kombai tribe. All right. Now, this Papua New Guinea is an extraordinary place because it is one of the only places left on Earth that hasn't been fully explored. There are parts of it that it's just blank on the map because they've never explored there. They don't know what's there. They don't know what's going on. So, firstly, that must already freak you out. Imagine that. 21st century, they have no idea what's going on down there.
But do they need to know if there's nothing going on?
Well, they don't know what's going on. There could be stuff going on.
No, but there's no chance that they'll go, we haven't been over there, and someone goes and there's like an Arndale centre. Nothing's going to be there, is it? So there's no...
Well,
no
I'll tell you
point.
what is there, okay? There's these various small tribes. Some of these tribes are still cannibals, eating people from other tribes.
Do they
No
know
way.
they could move on? Have they got a telly? Or have they seen a telly and gone, I'm not up for that? Or are they saying...
It's not the Amish.
They haven't chosen
But what
this.
is the difference between the Amish and these people?
Well, the Amish are a group of people that choose to live in that way. These people are just essentially untouched by civilization.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they do have interaction with civilization, and people do come there, but they still live in this very, very almost prehistoric way.
They did buy a telly, but there was nothing on because there isn't any broadcasters.
They couldn't plug it in.
Yeah.
They were an absolute nightmare. But there was one guy, okay,
Yeah.
now he said that his brother was dying. This was a couple of years ago, right? His brother was dying. He said to his dying brother, what happened? Why are you dying? This guy said, it was a bloke in another village. Okay, he goes over to the other village, he kills this other bloke, right? He eats him, or eats bits of him. The other village gets a bit annoyed. They go, what's going on? Why did you kill this bloke? He went, sorry about that, right? They said, well, you need to make it up to us. He gave him a pig. They said, a pig's not enough. They gave him 5 pigs, so 5 pigs apparently made up for the fact that they'd killed one of them. They said, "Well, hang on, what are you going to do with this bloke's wife?"
Why were they bartering? Why didn't they just get the police in and say what's going on?
What police?
Yeah. What? Why didn't they call
There's
him
no
Kojak?
police.
Because he'd have sorted it out, wouldn't he?
What I mean is, right, they're miles away from anything, but it doesn't sound like the great place to live, right? Could they not move? Could one of them go, do you know what, I'm
They
sick
can't.
of this. I'm moving or whatever and go to a proper city. How far away is this these Papa people to the next
They're like the Smurfs. They're very like the Smurfs.
But how many miles away from a place with a normal life going on?
But think about this.
Does he not understand the concept of tribal people? Where like they're just born there, they have no idea of like New York City or London or Paris. That's their life. They can't just get up. Oh, I'm gonna get my suitcase and move to a normal life. Oh, Carl.
The Smurfs.
But how many miles away
Come
from
on.
a place with a normal life going on?
But think about this, Carl. Firstly, they don't speak the language. So they don't have any practical skills. They've got no experience of civilization. So even if they chose to go and live in one of these cities, what can they do? How can they function?
I think there's some bacteria that has better lives than that.
That's got to be offensive.
Why?
Okay, how about this is one of the weirdest things. This is one of the weirdest things, right?
An entire people, an entire race
Just
of people.
dismiss.
No,
Just
I'm not having a go, but I'm just saying I wouldn't fancy it, is what I mean.
But they
It's
don't
not really
know of
nice.
another world. How can they
Oh my
imagine?
gosh, I hear that again. I reckon there's bacteria that have better lives than that.
I think there's some bacteria that has better lives than that.
That's got to be offensive.
Why?
That's so wrong.
Okay, how about this is one of the weirdest things. This is one of the weirdest things, right?
An entire race
Just
of
dismiss.
people.
No,
No,
Just
I'm not having a go, but I'm just saying
I'm
I
crying.
wouldn't fancy it, is what I mean.
But they
You know what I
don't
mean?
know
We're living
of
nice.
another world. How can they imagine that they could... Oh, I'll tell you what, this is boring. I'm tired of hunting for food and eating fish from the river. I'll tell you what, I'd like a world where there's iPods And room service, I'm going to go and move to New York. They're not thinking like that, are they, Carl? Because they don't know about this other world.
People go to these places on holiday now. They like a little bit of danger. They like to see how the others live. So all I'm saying is we know they exist.
Yeah.
The Papa people, maybe people aren't going there. It doesn't sound like the best place. I can't imagine it having a tourist board or anything, right? But would they accept me if I popped over there and, with Suzanne in Papa?
Well, okay, this is one of the things that they do, okay, which is a tradition you may have to do. These combi, right, they invert their penises. So they push their penises back up inside their bodies.
Like a sock.
Ooh.
What for?
Well,
Keeps it out of the way.
Of what?
Well, if you're running through the undergrowth chasing a hog, you don't want it flapping away,
But
But it's
I
also become a kind of
suppose.
ceremonial thing. So if you were over there, you may well have to try it yourself.
You would have to try it yourself. If you went there, you'd have to try it yourself.
But even cavemen had little pants on. Why haven't they?
Whoa!
Slow down.
Rewind.
What do you mean?
Again, you've been watching the Flintstones.
No. It's just
Is it a leopard skin pair of pants that's actually quite
Right.
a... Go on.
But it's a well-known fact that they wore like bear pants or whatever.
Bear pants.
Bear
Bear
pants.
pants. No. Listen, you are a qualified anthropologist. So what?
Whenever you see them on footage or in a museum.
Footage.
Yeah.
We're shaking it. It's black and white as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Caveman footage.
You always see them wearing a little bit of fur little pants and that. So what I'm saying is, even though what year is it to these people in the woods?
I don't know what this conversation
don't
is
know.
anymore. He's just clutching at straws. His mind, it's like a fly. His mind, isn't it? It's just buzzing round.
Yeah.
It's trying to find a window. It is just
It's
like
hitting against pieces of information, but it's just bouncing off.
yeah.
Dazed to perplex.
And the inverted penis. Oh my god.
I was shopping with Carl before Christmas.
Yeah,
and
I
we
don't know.
went round
I
sort
don't
of
think
to
Carl.
you.
Whoops.
Oh.
I don't think Carl grasps the knowledge of tribes people and that the fact that they just can't move willy nilly like that. Oh, the bacteria thing. That's probably the funniest thing he said so far. I reckon there's bacteria with better lives than that. Jesus.
I was shopping with Carl before Christmas, and we went round sort of Piccadilly and St James's, and those really beautiful shops around there. And I went in one shop. You had to ring a bell to enter.
Yeah.
They came down, and it's like a iconoclastic sort of shop, and they found things from churches and nearly all Russian 16th century pieces onwards. This beautiful carvings and paintings and statues. And I went, oh, it's beautiful. And as I was looking round, I heard Carl sidle up to the bloke and go, what's the newest thing you've got here?
Yeah. Sure, that's his first thought.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the wrong question to ask of a man who's clearly in antiques.
Yeah.
Proud of the fact he's got 16th century iconoclastic Russian stuff to ask, what's the newest thing you've got here? What sort of question is that? Oh, I don't know, probably the doorbell. I don't know, what's it on my
Our
shirt?
security cameras.
What
What
were
were you hoping
thinking?
for?
I think it's an all right question because he was saying there's loads of old stuff in there, and he kept going on about the old stuff. So what was to say? Well, what's the newest thing you've got?
And what was
Do you know
the
what he
newest
said
thing?
to it? The other question he asked him? He said, how often do you get new stuff in? And I said to him, why did you ask that? He said, well, I was thinking, if you got antiques and you sell it all, what's left? Like someone's going to sell all the antiques in the world because they're not making any new stuff. What does that mean? They're not making any new stuff.
But I know for a fact no one's ever going to go in there and buy the lot anyway. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. I'm not at any point in my life, and I don't think it'll ever happen, will I go, I need some old Russian wood.
It was brilliant.
No,
it was, Steve,
no.
it was beautiful. It's amazing stuff. There's stuff. There's these things from the 16th century of sort of like saints and monks, and they're carved
But
and
there's
they're.
loads of it. It's just all piled up. No one's interested. If I was him, I'd go, do you know what? I'm into this, but no one else is. Close shop. Because seriously, it's just piled up, piles upon piles of like old bits of wood with pictures on it and that.
But
There was
think
one
of a
fella-
man. Just think of a man 400 years ago that carved this.
Yeah.
That carved this.
No, but nobody wants it, do they? I've never heard anyone say, oh look, it's my birthday coming up. I'll tell you what I'd love.
What?
Bit of old Russian wood. It doesn't happen. That's what I'm saying. I've never heard anyone saying it like. I've never overheard someone saying, you don't know where the Russian shop is, do you? And this is in London where the rates are high. There was this thing, right, Steve? them old drawings on like.
It was like a panel from a church that someone had
Okay,
painted,
right, yeah.
and I think it was like from sort of like 1590 or something.
Yeah.
And it was this a picture of this this saint, wasn't it?
So 1590, it could be from any time really. So there's this one there, right, leaning up against the wall, and most of them in there was that Stalin bloke, right? But there was this little fella.
Right, can I just stop you there? Lenin.
Right,
Okay.
all right then.
Yeah.
So he was on all these bits of wood and stuff. But I saw this other little face, right, little fella with a beard, right? So I said, who's this bloke here? He said, the story there, right? He said, it's this little fella, and he got mugged back in Russia. This is right, isn't it? This is what he was saying. He said he got mugged.
It's just that term. That I love that term in a 16th century Russian wood. Oh no, I'm being mugged.
I've been mugged.
You got happy slapped.
And he said, I've had enough of this, right?
Yeah.
And he went to live in the woods, right? Made like a little shed, stayed there. People went to visit him, and like, if you got a problem, you knock on his door and you go, I'm sick of it. And he'll sort of say, yeah, I know what you mean, I've moved out of the city and what have you.
Yeah.
And he'd make them feel better, and then they go again. Now, why has that man
It's like a therapist.
got a plaque? If he was around now, there's no way he'd have a bit of wood with his face on it, is what I'm saying. If someone had got fed up with living in London or New York or whatever, and they go, I'm going to go and live in the woods, people wouldn't visit him, and he wouldn't get a piece of wood with his face on, is what I'm saying. But this man is selling it for about, I think it was about 750 quid for this bloke's head.
But the chances are that this is either a well-known Russian folktale, or it may even be a piece of classic Russian
He's a
literature.
saint. He was a saint. He was
well, in which
canonised.
case it's
But
yeah.
everybody was a saint years ago. That seems to be like thrown about, doesn't it? Who's a saint now? Name him one now. Yet this fella lived in the woods in a hut. Oh yeah, that's Saint John or whatever. He's not a saint. He's done nothing. If anything, he's sort of said, I can't be bothered with living in a city with everyone else. Everyone else has got to put up with it, but I can't put up with it. I'm going to live in the woods. Well, if you can't put up with it, you're not good enough, are you? You've got no stamina.
Oh my gosh,
And yet
Carl.
he gets a plaque, is what I'm saying. It's annoying.
Who would
Well,
you
it's
like to
art.
see, who would you like to see get a plaque in the modern world? Who deserves a plaque in your opinion?
Probably like nurses and that who do a lot of bad
Yeah.
things that I think I couldn't do that.
Fair
Carry
play.
lungs about and all that. No, but I couldn't do. Do you know what I mean? That's one job that my mum wanted me to be a doctor.
Oh, wow!
Carl the
What was
doctor.
she thinking? Oh, what's her
This
expectations
particular
like
apple
now?
didn't fall far from the tree.
Oh, when did she start giving up that dream? At what age did she start going, Carl, you don't need to study your books anymore. Go and play with the worms in the garden. When did she sort of like let you off that
Is
dream?
it the day that she caught you with a spoon up your nose?
Oh my goodness. No, yeah. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I love antiquing. Like I just love history in general. I'm a big history buff. So like going antiquing, finding old plaques like that'd be so cool. Like to have it on your wall or in your house. It's like a talking piece when you have guests over. I love unique and weird artifacts like that. And to Carl's point about the saints thing, where everyone back in the day was saints, I think the thing you gotta remember with history is that we only know about like the famous people and, you know, the big events and people that happened. I mean, there were people like you and me who probably, maybe you will be in the history books. I'm sure I won't be in the history books at all. But, you know, when I pass and everyone around us pass and the next generation of people come, I mean, they're not going to necessarily remember us. They're just going to remember all the famous people, the Taylor Swifts, Beyoncé's, you know, all the big celebrities of the world and what they did. So I think you got to keep that in mind. Everyone back in the day was not a saint. You know, there are plenty of ordinary people just like me. But yeah, I'm sure if you're watching, you'll end up in the history books doing whatever you're going to
Anyway,
do.
talking of emails and that, right? Nick, who's emailed from Australia. Right?
I love this email segment too. The email segment is fantastic.
But anyway, talking of emails and that, right? Nick, who's emailed from Australia, right? Melbourne.
Ooh,
He's
I've always wanted to
been going on
go.
about dolphins and that, problems with dolphins.
What problems?
He's just saying when that wind happened, it was like a bad wind thing going on.
Hold on, wait a minute. What
Bad
bad
wind?
wind?
In America, they had that.
Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
And there was like a
Katrina.
little bay with dolphins in it, and
Right.
like, with all guns on them and stuff.
What? Whoa.
Because they use dolphins, don't they? They say they're an intelligent animal and stuff.
Yeah.
And they've got them all like, they've all had the training. They're all like ready for battle and stuff.
Right.
Got like rifles on them.
What do you mean rifles?
They've
How
got-
can
they've
they
got
hold a
weapons,
rifle?
they've got-
How can they
No.
hold a rifle?
No, it's sort of on a strap and that.
What
Is
do you
he
mean it's on a
serious?
strap?
I don't know what they kit them out with, but they're just ready for war. Whenever
What
it
are
kicks
you
off.
talking about?
Listen, though, that isn't the point. Don't worry about it.
Oh, we leave
But what
that
I'm
one, do
saying
we?
is-
That's not the point, so let's leave it.
So they're swimming about. And that,
Yeah,
in this
with
little bay.
rifles
With
and
rifles.
berets.
Whatever they've got on.
Yeah.
Right, ready for battle and stuff.
Yeah, ready for battle, yeah.
The wind comes in,
The wind comes in.
Hurricane
Yeah.
Katrina.
makes a wave, and that they get out of the little bay,
Yeah.
still all kitted out
Mm-hmm.
with all the weapons.
You're talking
and that.
bollocks.
Steve, do you want to look at the
Well,
email? mate?
there's no way. There's loads of dolphins now swimming round, kitted out
Causing
with
problems.
guns and that, with a strap. How can a dolphin?
Where does he
hold a-
find these stories?
Again, you've been watching Planet of the Apes. Oh, he's trying to talk to us. What's he saying? He's saying, "Go ahead, punk, make my day."
No,
You're talking shit.
It's just news to say if there's dolphins, if you see a dolphin in that, don't go, oh, it's friendly, because there's some with weapons now.
No, come on, Carl.
I'm just reading it out.
Get
anyway,
off it.
That'll cover it and that. So
Bollocks.
That is bollocks. That is absolutely ridiculous. There's dolphins swimming about with rifles. And Hurricane Katrina, just a little wind, Hurricane Katrina, blew them out to sea. And, I mean, forget about, the Somali pirates hijacking ships. Worry about the dolphins. They have rifles. They might come up with little flippers and say, stick 'em up. Stick 'em up, punk. Unbelievable.
that'll cover it and that. So
Bollocks.
Bollocks.
Carl, can we have some monkey news
Yes.
before I die?
all right.
Oh, chimpanzee that! Monkey news, yeah.
Monkey news. Best part.
This monkey that was knocking about called Ollie. It was in this zoo, and it was the only monkey in there, right? And it was getting a bit lonely because it was sharing its sort of time with, say, an elephant and a giraffe and
No,
that.
it doesn't happen.
And they didn't really
No,
get on that well.
Wait, they do
No,
not
but let me
put,
just tell you.
They do
let
not
me
put
tell you.
chimpanzees
Yeah, but let
in
me
with...
tell you. No,
well, it's
but-
not true.
I know
They only share its time with an elephant and a giraffe.
Gervais, it was some kind of flat share. They put an advert in the student union. We got 2 rooms to let.
African mammal wanted,
Yeah.
not
Anyway,
specific.
but
A mammoth and a.
What I'm saying is there was other elephants for elephants to knock about with and that. The monkey, it was the only one there. So what happened is the zookeeper
Right.
felt a bit sorry for him. He started to sort of get pally with him. So at lunchtime, when the zookeeper was sat on the wall having his ham butties or whatever, he'd sort of go, "You all right?" And it used to come over closer and closer. Right? Anyway, within a month, he was sat on the wall having his lunch with him. Right? But
Untrue.
anyway,
Go
so
on.
he sat there, and as time goes on,
Yeah.
he's sort of sat with him most of the day. Monkeys
Yeah.
walking around with him, helping feed the other animals and that.
No.
But then what happened is the zookeeper, at the end of the night when he's locking up and stuff,
Yeah.
he'd feel bad because he'd believe in the zoo, and Ollie's sat there and he's like, "I'll see you tomorrow," and the monkey's like, "Yeah, all right, see you later," looking all fed up because he's got home to go to and he's still stuck in where he's basically working.
Yeah,
every day.
right. Yeah.
Right, so he's never going home, right?
Now he's sleeping at work, the monkey.
So anyway, the
Yeah.
zookeeper goes home, says to his wife, "Look, Ollie's having a bit of a time at the moment." She said, "Oh yeah, what's going on?" He said, "Well, he's just looking a bit fed up. He's sick of it." So she said, "Bring him home."
Didn't happen.
No.
This is in your head.
So she said, "Yeah, bring it home tonight." So anyway, he's looking forward to going into work and that. He sees Ollie. He doesn't tell him straight away.
The surprise for the
That's the
monkey.
end of the day.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's like, "Get your coat." He's like, "What?"
Coat. What do
Get
you
your
mean?
coat.
Whatever
Get
the
your
equivalent
coat.
is, right? Whatever you say to a monkey, it was kind of like, "You're coming with me," sort of thing.
Right.
So he's going, "Oh, brilliant." Anyway,
No, he's not.
So
Why
he
do you mean he's going
he
brilliant?
takes
Look,
it home.
so he gets
right?
his hat and coat.
In the briefcase.
Can't believe his luck, right?
Yeah.
He goes back to the zookeeper's house. Everything's going well for about a week and a half.
Right.
Treating him really well. He's sat there, he's having a brandy at night before he goes to bed.
Yeah.
So he said to his wife, "Look, you're at home all day, right?
Oh, jeez.
I'm going to work. I'll leave it with you, right?" So Ollie stays at home.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Do not tell me the monkey cheats with the wife. There's no way. Tell me that does not happen. Tell me that he's not going there.
right?
That's where my
So
mind's
Ollie
going
stays at
to.
home.
Yeah.
Anyway, as time goes on,
Yep.
a little bit of trouble. Whilst the fella's busy at work, Ollie starts getting a little bit cheeky. Tries it on with the missus.
Whoa!
Oh,
Right.
no!
How does a monkey try it on with the missus?
Are you
So
talking
this
shit?
is classic monkey news.
I was
And
How
right.
does it try it on with
So
the
he's a
missus?
bit drunk. He stinks of smoke. He tries it on with the missus. How does he try it on with her?
I don't know all the detail on
You don't know
on that
any
bit.
of the
I don't know
details.
the detail on that bit. But
You don't
all
know
I
any of the
No, I don't know
details.
the details on that bit.
You
but I
don't know any of the details.
So what happened? So while the zookeeper's away, the monkey did play. Did the zookeeper's wife reciprocate these affections?
She probably went along with that at first. You know, she's cooking at home, getting the tea ready. That's walking past, pinching her arse or whatever.
No
Do you know
pinch.
what I mean? It starts off just like it does, you know, with humans. Starts off as a bit of fun. Before you know it, you know, split up in the end. Anyway, the zookeeper and the what's it? I think the monkey stayed with the woman.
No.
So, it's all there. It's all
Honestly,
No, no.
Your imagination.
Come on.
Well,
You
look
should
it up.
write stories. You
Get
should
people-
write. You
Get
know.
people to look it up. Just put in monkey, chimp, Ollie, and it's all there.
Oh my gosh. I called it. Did I not call the monkey cheating on the husband with the wife? You gotta be kidding me. No way that's true. No way that's true. Someone do the research for me in the comment section. What we need to fact check. Did Ollie the monkey sleep with the zookeeper's wife? Please let me know. But I think I think Ricky's onto something there. Carl, imagine if Carl wrote an entire book. It could be even a kid's series on monkeys. All the stories, the shenanigans that monkeys do, flying up into space, shagging wives, the lonely chimps, just everything. They'd be absolutely brilliant if he wrote a book about this chimps in general. That'd be amazing. Well, all right, that was episode 4, Dolphins. I gotta say, the Dolphins, they only really featured for a little bit. It was just the Dolphins with rifles part. Other than that, it was just the typical episode. But I appreciate everybody watching. Thank you so much for sticking with me to the end. This is an amazing series. We're going to keep it going. Friday, next episode will drop, episode 5. Can't wait for that one. Again, if you're just tuning in, I think I put a link in the video description with the Ricky Gervais Show playlist. So just go to that playlist. You can start binging these episodes if you're just joining me. We're going to do every single one, like I mentioned before. Don't forget to follow me on my socials, people, if you want, at Grant Hakim, the Twitter, at Grant_Hakim, Instagram, Tickety Talk. If you want to make a donation, get merch, join the Discord, links in the video description as well. Subscribe if you want, bottom right hand corner, and smash a like on the video if you enjoyed yourself for episode 4 here of the Ricky Gervais Show. With that, hope you're doing well at home. Sending all my love, like it says back there, from me to you and to everybody around the world. I could use some love right now. Hope we're doing well. Hope we're doing okay. Hope you, yes, you right there, have an amazing rest of your day. And we'll see you for episode 5, everybody. Thank you so much.